Initial use. Before using any of your new Optodex products, we need to disinfect everything. Wash your hands thoroughly. Remove the Y-tip applicator case from the box and rinse all surfaces of the interior of the case, including the inside of the lid, with a steady stream of contact lens multi-purpose disinfecting solution, which we will call MPDS. Discard the solution used to rinse out the case. Remove the Y-tip applicator from the blister pack and rinse the Y-tip applicator tips. Fill the basin of the case where the tips of the Y-tip applicator sit with MPDS. Be sure to completely submerge the tips of the applicator in the solution and close the case. The transfer tweezer may be left in its blister until you are ready to insert or remove your contact lenses. Inspect your transfer tweezer for debris prior to each use and rinse with MPDS if needed. Store your transfer tweezer in the tweezer case, sold separately, or in a clean, dry place after each use. Insertion of contact lenses. Remove the disinfected Y-tip applicator from the case and hold it in your preferred hand for insertion, placing the applicator arms between your thumb and index finger with the tips facing up. With your other hand, hold the transfer tweezer. Ensure there is no debris on the transfer tweezer before proceeding, rinsing it with MPDS if needed. Use the tweezer to pick up the contact lens from the contact lens case or blister pack if wearing daily disposable soft contact lenses. Gently pinch one side of the contact lens with the tips of the tweezer and lift it from the case or blister. Use the transfer tweezer to place the contact lens between the eye track tips of the Y-tip applicator, with the inside of the contact lens facing out. Squeeze the applicator tips together with a slight pinch to hold the contact lens in place. Ensure there is no debris on your contact lens before proceeding and rinse with MPDS if needed. Hold your eye open to receive the contact lens and approach it with the Y-tip applicator. Hold your eye open following the same process as you currently do, or follow our suggestion. When near the face, use the middle finger of the same hand holding the applicator to gently pull down on your lower eyelid, while using one finger of your other hand to pull up on your upper eyelid. Once your eyelids are securely held open, apply the contact lens to your eye with the Y-tip applicator. Gently release the Y-tips to the open position while on the eye, placing the contact lens onto the eye. Repeat the steps for your other eye, if applicable. Discard any existing MPDS from the Y-tip applicator case. Fill the basin of the case where the eye track tips of the Y-tip applicator sit with MPDS. Be sure to completely submerge the tips of the applicator in the solution and close the case. Place the transfer tweezer into the tweezer case, sold separately, or into a clean, dry place for storage. Removal of contact lenses. Remove the disinfected Y-tip applicator from the case and hold it in your preferred hand. Hold the eyelids of one eye securely open. With the eye track tips of the Y-tip applicator in the open position, place the applicator tips onto the center of the contact lens of your opened eye. Gently remove the contact lens from your eye by pinching the Y-tip applicator tips together. Follow the disinfection and storage guidelines for your contact lenses that are applicable to the contact lens case and MPDS solution. Close the contact lens case and store. For daily disposable contact lenses, discard the contact lenses. Repeat the steps for your other eye, if applicable. Discard any existing MPDS from the Y-tip applicator case. Be sure to completely submerge the tips of the applicator in the solution and close the case. Deep clean. The Y-tip applicator should be cleaned weekly. Wash your hands thoroughly and wet your Y-tip applicator tips with MPDS. Rub each tip between your fingers for at least 20 seconds. Rinse the Y-tip applicator tips for at least 5 seconds with the MPDS. Fill the basin of the case where the eye track tips of the Y-tip applicator sit with MPDS. Be sure to completely submerge the tips of the applicator in the solution and close the case. Prior to the initial use of a new Y-tip applicator, clean your Y-tip applicator case. Wash your hands thoroughly. Rinse all surfaces of the interior of the case, including the inside of the lid, with a steady stream of commercially available contact lens multi-purpose disinfecting solution. Discard the solution used to rinse out the case. Replacement schedule. To minimize the risk of contamination and product wear, it is recommended to replace the Y-tip applicator every 30 days and the Y-tip applicator case and transfer tweezer every 90 days. If you notice any damage on either product, it must be replaced immediately. Replacements can be ordered on Optodex.com.